Hello friends, today we are going to see how planes fly. What is it that propels it upwards? Let us see in a very simple way using simple physics. I'm not an aeronautical engineer. I have no idea how the full aeronautics works, but I'll try to give you a very rough explanation as to how I have understood how planes fly. In a normal plane, there are four forces that are acting. One is the downward weight of the plane, this one, the downward weight. The other is the lift. Now, what is it that is lifting the plane? This is what we are going to see by taking an example of an airfoil. So I'm going to use how the wings are designed based on the airfoil principle and how the plane gets this lift. This drag is caused because of the air molecules here. There are a lot of air molecules, and as the plane slices through these air molecules, naturally there is going to be a drag force which is going to push this up. Just what you experience in a car or in a train when you put your hand outside, you will see that there are a lot of air molecules hitting your hand and you can feel that. And this one will be the thrust which the plane uses by using its engines, propellers, and pushing it higher than the air drag and making it move in the horizontal direction. But what is it that causes the plane to be in a certain height? That is, how is the weight balancing the lift? That is what we are going to see now. Now this is how a simple airfoil looks. All wings are actually based on this principle, the wings of the plane. Now, normally what happens when it is grounded, the number of air molecules that are hitting this from down, say 5 air molecules are hitting, that gets balanced by 5 molecules hitting it up. Now what happens if it is angled like this? And also imagine that you're pushing this plane in this direction. So there are a lot of air molecules here. Imagine all these air molecules, these red air molecules, say. Now as the plane moves in this direction, we would expect that there are more air molecules hitting from down than from up, because the plane is moving in this direction. So we would expect that there are more air molecules which are hitting the plane from down, and this is going to cause it a lift, the upward force. Now more and more air molecules hitting would counteract the gravity force which is downward. So Fw, the weight is downwards, the upward is the lift force, so F lift has to be greater than Fw. So more and more air molecules hitting this from down. So that's why we need to push this with a high velocity, that's the takeoff speed. Only at a certain takeoff speed, the number of air molecules hitting down would be so high as compared to the one that is hitting up that this airfoil will finally take off. Now you can also imagine a man running in the rain. Now when he's moving in this direction, you can see that this is the rain part. So as he's moving in this direction, you will observe that the front part of the body are likely to meet more rain droplets than the back part. The same thing holds good for an airfoil also. When it is at an angle, more air molecules hitting it this way, less this way, so that's going to give it a push. This can also be explained by the Newton's third law. What happens is, because of the shape of the airfoil, it creates an airflow lamina like this. Understand this part. So imagine the air molecules are hitting like this and they curve like this, and go this way. So you can see that because of the movement of the airfoil is pushing the air downwards because of its shape. So the air is going downwards. So that means by Newton's third law, every action has got an equal and an opposite reaction. So the air will push the airfoil upwards. So look at it like this. Because of the shape of the airfoil as well as its movement, the air is being pushed down by the airfoil. Therefore, the air down will push the airfoil upwards. Now this is the principle of an aircraft. So the airfoil has got the leading edge and the trailing edge, and it is at a certain angle. This is called as the angle of attack. Now as this moves in this direction, more and more air molecules will hit from here, less from here, and that causes a lift to this airfoil. That's the whole idea. So finally, planes take advantage of Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and an opposite reaction. As the air moving over the wing gets forced down, there is an equal and an opposing force that is generated. This is a combination, and this opposing force is what is pushing the airplane upwards. Thank you. Bye.